You're giving me chills at 100 degrees.
Hey guys, it's Brianna. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to do now I know this video's late. I know this video is so late to the trend. But today we're going to do my 2023 read and wrap plus rating the books that I read out of 10. 10, okay? So yeah, let's get straight on to today's video. Hey guys, so I don't know why, but the video I took like on my camera of like my first, it was only the first two books, did not record, I guess. I don't know because there was no footage. So sorry about that. But let me just tell y'all right now, basically what I had said was this is my #1 favorite book, rated at 9.5 out of 10. So good, such a good romance, so just amazing, okay? And then this is the third book to this series, A Curse of a True Love by Stephanie Garber. So good as well. Cried at this book, and I don't cry at books. That's the spark notes of what I said into like a 30-second clip. You're welcome. On to the actual footage. Why did I do that? Sorry guys, I don't know why my camera just turned off. That's so funny. Anyways, I had to force myself to read this book sometimes just because I love Stephanie Garber. I was like, yeah, I need to read it. Like, this is a good book. But like, was a little disappointed with this one. But these two, oh my gosh. So in this book series, out of 10, I would rate it probably an 8.5 out of 10. My fourth favorite book of 2023, if he had been by, I'm so sorry. If He Had Been By Me by Laura Nowlin. This book, I also cried at this book. Didn't think I would, but it was good. It was definitely like a slow burn kind of book, but like also really emotional and really relatable, I guess. Basically, Autumn and Finn were inseparable. They've been friends, and then, you know, they go to high school, things change, but then, you know, they end up, I don't want to spoil anything. But like, this book was really good. I would definitely rate it a 9.5 out of 10. Like, I would read this again. My fifth favorite series of 2023. Okay, before I show this, y'all just know I never read books. I read books in elementary school, but when middle school hit, I never read books. You would never catch me reading a book in middle school. I thought it was weird. I know, and here we are. Selection series, the selection series. That's really all I have to say. I read this because I know everybody and their mom was obsessed with it in middle school. I was like, let me try reading it like everyone thought. Series was so good. Now, I have not finished the series. I need to read the last two books. This is a really good series, especially if you want to get into reading. The selection series is so good. Such a good, like, princessy kind of book. Oh my gosh. Out of 10, because I haven't finished it, I'm gonna do a hot 7.5 out of 10. Just because, like, the third book, I kind of had to force myself to read a little bit, which is also why I have not finished the series. The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. I read this book. I heard it was good. I heard it was emotional. I'm all for the romance and the emotion and the drama. This book talked about a certain subject that I know, if you know this book, it talks about. Anybody that has experienced that, it was very comforting. It was comforting to me. I'm just gonna rate this 9.5 out of 10. This was a really good book, a really good depiction to me. I really liked it. My sixth favorite book, I think we're on 6. I don't know how many books. I think I have 12 books or 11 books I read this year, which is not a lot, but that's like one book a month. Anyways, Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Levine. I saw this randomly when I was at Barnes & Noble's, and I was like, it looks pretty good. It basically is about this Libby and Jack, and they might be able to change each other's worlds. I was like, shoot, that sounds good. That sounds bomb. I'm into that. But this was so relatable because she was like fat, okay? And, you know, I used to have child obesity when I was a kid. Like, I'm still kind of chubby. Like, I'm not even gonna lie about that. But like, that book really was really good and depicted how you view yourself and your body in relationships and in general. Like, this was a really good book. Hold On Up to the Universe. I like this book a lot. I would rate it 8.5 out of 10. Really good. The next book I have, I think my 7th book, is Call It What You Want by Elisa Durgadas. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Y'all, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. This book, if you've ever been in a situationship that lasted way longer than it should, which it's 2024, that situationships shouldn't even mean anything. But if you've ever been in a situationship that lasted way more than it should in college, and you're in college, and they're in a frat, and you want to date them, and they're leading you on that they're gonna date you, this book is for you. This book is for you. It perfectly depicts situationships. Let me just read this to you. I didn't care that I was settling for a fraction of a relationship with him when I knew I deserved so much more. I was willing to settle for whatever he would give me because a fraction of him was better than nothing at all. I know 99% of the population is related to this. As me, as an 18-year-old woman, I have been victim to that. I have done that so many times. First part of the book also, literally, if this story could be told through songs, there's a QR for Spotify, and you can listen to that, and it's like you're in the book. Okay, the first few pages, guys, oh my gosh, literally, let me just read this to you. Like, trigger warning, I guess, if this triggers you. She says, Carter was, in many ways, a breath of fresh air. He made me excited and nervous at the same time. The nights I spent with him were adrenaline pumping because I never knew what came next. Okay, we all relate to that. Then she goes on to say, he asked me to sing your prom and showed up at my house with his mom in a corsage that did not match my dress. Okay, but of course I wore it anyways. I lost my virginity that night. I thought it would be so much different. I was expecting this grand romantic gesture, and instead it was just a few minutes in a spare bedroom at my friend's house. So she was mad about her parents' divorce, and she was so angry. She says, I have finally made it to my semi-adult life, and they were ripping the rug right out from under me at that time. I needed stability the most, okay? For the rest of the summer, I had sex with Carter whenever I could. While our parents were at work, in cars, in parking lots, at parties, after parties, I was willing to do whenever and whatever because I thought it would make him love me, and I was desperate to not be alone. Spoiler alert, sex never makes someone love you. And I spent the next year hoping we become more than a hookup, and the year after that trying to meet someone who compared to him. That should be, wow. Wow, I literally, when I read that, I went, number 8, I guess. Single, dating, engaged, married. This book really just depicts like navigating your Christian relationship or whatever. I have not finished this by Ben Stewart, but I'm almost finished. This is a good book if you really want to understand relationships and how they should work for you. I have a problem of Russian relationships, and I've learned to be patient. Okay. Number 9, I think, The Way I Am Now. This is the sequel to The Way I Used to Be that just came out. This is book number 9 because The Way I Used to Be was a really good book, but compared to this one, it did not meet the expectations I had. I've kind of had to force myself to read this a little bit. Now, I know she didn't really, like, way after she wrote The Way I Used to Be, she wrote this that came out recently. So it's obviously going to be different. But it just did not meet... It showed the realistic lasting effects of trauma on love, relationships, and life. It did show that. I haven't finished it, but it's kind of like a slow read to me. Like, I'm kind of like, like, I'm only reading it because I like the first one kind of thing. Like, the last book I read that I did not like that much that everybody overhyped was Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. Everybody and their mom hyped this book up. Like, oh, so good, you have to read it, so good, you have to read it. My personal opinion, didn't care for it. It's a novel. Okay, I got through this novel. I got to page 316, y'all, and there is like 600 pages. I got to page 316, halfway. Was a little entertaining at first, but then it just got repetitive and it was really, really slow. I cannot do really slow books. I can't. This was too slow for me. That's how I feel about it though. No hate, like 3 out of 10. I would not read that again. I can't even finish it. Like, I literally can't finish it for the life of me. But that's just me. Some people like it. For me, it was not good. 3 out of 10. I'm so sorry, 3 out of 10. But yeah, that's all the books I've read in 2023. In total, I read 14 books that I have with me. I think I read some of the public library too, or whatever. So I think 14 books is really good for what I wanted. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Like, subscribe, and comment, and stay blessed. I'll see you guys in my next one.
The heart wants what it